There is no doubt that we are all going through a very difficult time. Not only are we facing fear and anxiety caused by a virus that can do us grave physical harm, not knowing how long it will last threatens to overwhelm our spiritual lives and rob us of our faith. Not being able to strengthen each other by gathering together for worship or to receive personal strength from the Eucharist can cause painful emotions to surface, emotions that shake us to our core and make us see just how complacent we are about the great gifts of grace God has showered upon us. But there is a way through this. We can discover the blessings that is hidden in the heart of our pain. The spiritual value of pain and suffering has always been central to the teachings of Christ and to our lives of faith, but it has never had broad appeal. We find it hard to face the dark angel of death, not if there is a chance to escape it. That may be what most of us are trying to do. We are using our prayers to escape, to ignore, to set aside, to subdue the trials we are facing. We try to make them seem smaller and less threatening. We are people who are in deep need of God's blessing, but we will never receive that blessing if we ignore what is right before us. Unless we find ways to make this difficult journey together, we'll never receive the blessings that follows the wounds we are experiencing. We are not alone. Even in our self-imposed isolation, even without the Eucharist to sustain us, we are still the body of Christ. God has not abandoned us. God is, in fact, asking us to see the close relationship between our individual heartbreak and the brokenheartedness of the world. We have a choice to make. We can continue to be frightened by the primal energy of this virus and the dark fears it generates, and selfishly hoard whatever we need to ensure our own survival. Or we can bring our faith to bear in wrestling with it and with the emotions that affect us all, sharing our faith with others who need it most. My friends, the best thing we can do in this crisis is to let go of the fear that has a hold on us and find ways to reach out to others who are also isolated and alone. The best thing to do is find ways to connect with others in our faith community when our sadness has us feeling sorry for ourselves. Call someone you know who shares that sadness and say, "Tell me about it. I have the time to listen." For years we have been told that the way to deal with painful emotions like fear is to cover them up. It can take a lot of reschooling to learn to share them instead. But when we do share them in faith and with hope, we will find the blessings we need to walk in this wilderness. Carl Jung once said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." As a priest, I was taught that the path to enlightenment was a personal journey. And as a pastor, I have learned that we must first walk the path of darkness with others who need our support before we will ever experience the healing light of Christ for ourselves.